There's a feeling I'm sure almost everyone here has felt at least once. Maybe your classmate constantly got better scores than you, or maybe your sibling continuously got praised and you didn't. This feeling of helplessness is no stranger to anybody. These demeaning little annoyances, if continuously experienced, can snowball into this butterfly effect, which leads to major consequences in the future. This effect in psychology is called learned helplessness. So, what is it anyway? Learned helplessness is a state in which a person, after continuously experiencing uncontrollable bad situations, believes that they have no control over their current circumstance, even when chances to change it do arise. Sort of like a butterfly effect, in which small, tiny little changes, if continued, can cause and lead to major changes. So, where's the scientific proof for this, you say? How's this not just some baseless psychological theory? Well, in 1967, an American psychologist named Martin Seligman performed an experiment. He put dogs into three groups. Now, dogs in group one, they were simply put in a harness and later released. The dogs in group two and three, they were given these slight electric shocks as stimuli. But for dogs in group two, there was this lever in which they could pull and stop these shocks. But for group three, that lever was inaccessible. So to the dogs in that group, the shocks seemed inescapable and uncontrollable. Later on, all dogs were given these shocks. And group one, despite having not experienced this, was managed to escape with the level. And the dogs in group two, they managed to escape as well. But group three, despite there being a way to stop this, they simply sat down and whined whenever the shocks came. Next. Uh, but they're just dogs, right? Where's this scientific proof? They're just dogs. It can't be compared to humans, right? But despite that, there's still plenty of real life examples of this effect happening. Maybe a student, after failing numerous times on their tests, believes that it's a useless endeavor to study. Or maybe someone in an abusive relationship feeling trapped and unable to leave despite there being chances to do so. Or maybe a smoker, after trying many, many times to quit, believes it as a useless endeavor because they failed. Now, let's take this a little closer, a little more personal. Take me as an example. When I was in elementary school, I was surrounded by extremely smart classmates. They all got straight A's. They won competitions. They earned awards. But little old me, well, sure, I was fine. But after seeing everything my classmates did, I felt discouraged. So I simply coasted by with my talents. I never tried to aim higher, never tried to win any competitions, and never tried harder. Now, you all must be wondering, is there any way to overcome this effect? To undo this learning of helplessness and make a change for the better? Well, there are a few ways. Now, first of all, we should always focus on what we can control instead of what we can't. Once more, I will take myself as an example. Later on, the final year of elementary school rolled around, and I knew I had to focus this time. No more lamenting over a simple grade difference between me and my friends. So instead of doing that, I focus on what I could change and what I could control. My own grades, my own studies. I studied harder to get into the junior high school that I wanted. And now, here I am, following a program organized by my first choice junior high school, delivering this speech in front of you all. But besides that, we can counter the effects of learned helplessness with good, tiny, consistent habits that we do every day. You have to study every day, even if it's just one question answered. Or maybe we can write every day, write that story, even if it's one sentence every day. Make progress on that project, even if it's 1% every single day. If you practice these tiny, consistent good habits every single day continuously, it'll pay off in the coming weeks, months, and even years later. So, learned helplessness is one of these effects where it stems from tiny, continuous little changes. So, what's interesting about it is that it can be changed and countered in just the same way. During this speech, I put tiny little droplets of food coloring in this bowl. These tiny, consistent little actions change the whole thing. Now it's not clear water anymore, it's red. So that goes to show, right? Consistency can go a long way, whether it be good or bad. Like the butterfly effect, in which a tiny little butterfly flaps its wings, can either cause a destructive tornado or with turbines to power cities.